Fad Neri is signed last year from the Dover Boys Club, playing only his second Premier League match. Ian McLeod. Dornan looking for Ian Alexander. Very willing runner up front, Alexander, but may have a lonely task this afternoon. McIntyre. Here's McIntyre again. That's good play from McGee, inviting Wark into the tackle. And the free kick is given. Wark is penalised, getting into a tangle of legs rather with Mark McGee. So Wark gets a word of warning, and that's an unusual sight in Scottish football. So Strachan with the free kick. What a chance for McGee. There's Peter Weir. That'll be a corner kick. Good tackle from Carson, but what a chance that was for Mark McGee. The free kick from Gordon Strachan over the top of the Motherwell defence. McGee always on the 6-yard line. He really should have buried that one. Looking for Gagan and finding Rugby. Good play from Gagan. Awkward one for Leighton. Well taken by the Aberdeen and Scotland keeper. But Gagan showing his danger for Motherwell, but now it's time for Mark McGee to have a go at the Motherwell defence. Mark McGee at his best. That driving run from the inside right position, right at the heart of the Motherwell defence. Coming through for the shot, which was just about a foot wide of the target. Motherwell manager Bobby Watson on the left, Pat Quinn on his left-hand side. Must be fairly happy with the opening quarter of the match. Careless one from Bell, picked up by Alexander. Help arriving on the outside in the form of Dornan, but Rugby wins it for Peter Weir. Great layoff from McGee. Here's Strachan. Bell inside, Simpson in the middle. Carson intercepting. Here's Tommy McIntyre, and that'll be the opening goal. Mark McGee thumps it in, and Aberdeen are in front. 31 minutes gone. Mark McGee with his 101st goal for Aberdeen, and his 11th of the season, makes the Aberdeen supporters breathe more easily. Well, it was almost Tommy McIntyre, the former Fir Park Boys Club man, who got the goal, coming in on that loose ball, and very, very intelligently not trying to thump it. He tried to guide it past Nicky Walker. It was half held up, and McGee was first to knock it over the line. There's Strachan, chased by Moughlan. Faulkner's touch let him down. Not far away, Neil Simpson's shot. Took it the right way on the volley to let the ball dip towards the corner. Again robbed by Simpson. And Wark again stepping in for Motherwell to win possession and release Alexander on the right. Well, there's the problem playing against Aberdeen. You can beat one man, but the cover's always there. Miller coming in behind Rugby. Good play from Gagan, headed out from McLeish. McLeod playing it back. Important challenge, McGee with Wark. Strachan sprinting up on the outside, a great chance for Aberdeen. And Dougie Bell contrives to put the ball wide. In any event, the flag was up, it wouldn't have counted. But a great move as McGee built it up after winning the challenge with Wark. Strachan sprinting on his outside. The angled cross, Bell was on his own, and he was offside in any event. From McGee. Taking on Carson. Cover provided by Wark. Motherwell throw, the ball came off Mark McGee. coming inside. Crossbar. The Scotland shot. And we are now trying to put more pressure on the Motherwell defence. Well, no luck at all there for Willie Faulkner. Taking that ball back from McGee, letting fly lots of power in the shot. Walker was beaten, but the crossbar rescues Motherwell. Here's Alec McLeish. Referee Cuttle is checking his watch, just out of your picture. And there goes the half-time whistle. Some welcome respite for the beleaguered Motherwell defence. Applause for the Aberdeen players, despite the fact there hasn't been a vintage first 45 minutes. Motherwell have made sure of that by some very determined, dogged marking and defending. But the vital goal came in 31 minutes when Tommy McIntyre came in at the far corner of the box, trying to steer one beyond Nicky Walker, who almost stopped it. But McGee knocked it in to give Aberdeen that vital half-time lead. Motherwell will restart the match in the second half, facing a daunting task, a goal behind, and their recent record suggests that'll be very tough to retrieve. They lost their last 3 league matches. In fact, they've only managed 1 league win this season when they beat Rangers at Ibrox in a match which we showed you in Scotsport. That apart, it's been a very tough season indeed for them. So playing the league leaders now with a 1-goal deficit and the vast majority of a very substantial crowd against them, it could be a torrid time for them. Having said that, Aberdeen in the first half were not at their best. They didn't flow from midfield in normal fashion. Strachan subdued for much of the time. Dougie Bell also not too prominent. But they certainly had plenty of possession, and if they have the same possession in the second half, I would think that they'll be able to wear down the Motherwell defence. So Motherwell badly need a goal, I think, to get back in the match. Gagan playing it forward. Rugby picking it up. Referee allowing play to go on. And that's the opening Motherwell wanted. John Gagan, 1 minute gone in the second half. And Gagan puts Motherwell back in terms. Well, that appeared to come from nothing out on the far side, with Forbes battling there with Luke Rugby. Rugby went down, the appeals for free kick waved aside. The ball came back to Gagan, and that's a very positive, decisive shot, beating Leighton all the way. Substitution now for Aberdeen. Dougie Bell goes off, and young Ian Porteous comes on. He's already scored 3 times in his very short first-team career. So Aberdeen pushing men forward. I think Strachan may drop into a central midfield role. We'll see in a moment. His header. Bit of climbing by McLeish. That'll be a free kick to Motherwell. McAllister and Dornan over the ball. Dornan waiting for Carson to sprint into the box on the back. It's a great header, brilliantly saved. The header was from young McFadden. Well, that was down to Jim Leighton. The cross thrown in. The Aberdeen defender struggling. McFadden's flashing header, and there was Leighton at full stretch. So Motherwell now putting further pressure on the Aberdeen defence. Gagan's corner. Away by McIntyre to Porteous, his first touch. So Motherwell have served notice now that they're going to battle right to the last ditch to take something from the match. Wark's header, reacting quicker than anyone else to get the ball away. Well taken by Simpson. Here's Porteous. That's for Strachan. Got McGee on the right touchline. Taking on Mauchline. Well, defence is back in numbers in the box. That's a corner kick. And now it's Aberdeen's turn. The match undoubtedly been livened up by that Motherwell equaliser. Work again, blocking the cross. The linesman indicating it's a corner kick. Taken by Weir. And McLeish beat everyone to the high ball. The Motherwell defence was at sea, but the pace on Eric McLeish made it impossible for him to direct the header properly. Good ball from Walker. Walker gets it away at the second attempt. Here's Gagan. Picked up by Strachan. Now Rugby with some space to work in. Weir. Tackle was from McAllister. These young Motherwell players, McAllister and McFadden, lack nothing in terms of commitment and effort. Shown some good flashes of skill too. There's Willie Faulkner. He's won the corner. Faulkner's done well too up front for Aberdeen. He hasn't had the best of service, the service he perhaps expected from midfield, but he still looked very menacing indeed. So there's Weir's corner kick. Strachan is brought down and the penalty kick is given. Unlucky player was Paul McFadden. So 22 minutes into the second half, some faint appeals from Andy Donnan, but I think that was clearly a penalty kick. Strachan changing pace to go past young Paul McFadden, his inexperience showing with a clumsy challenge. While it might be unlucky for Motherwell, it looked to be technically a penalty kick. Well, the kicker will be Gordon Strachan, who's scored 7 out of 8 this season so far. Strachan against Walker. Perfectly struck. Perhaps the calmest man in the field was Gordon Strachan. He took that penalty. So 22 minutes into the second half, relief all round Pittodrie. Strachan scoring his 10th goal of the season, leaving Nicky Walker completely helpless on the spot. Mike Cormack coming on, Ian Alexander going off. Cormack, another 18-year-old, very powerful player though in midfield. Motherwell have changed their side with Cormack in midfield in place of Forbes. Forbes pushing forward to replace Ian Alexander at main striker through the middle. Motherwell hoping to use his strength in the air and on the ground in attack. There goes Weir. Great cross of Porteous, and once again the cover was provided by Joe Wark. Wark landing badly, I think, on that right ankle, but he really did well to cover the run from Porteous and get in the clearing header. Well, I think it'll take more than that to put Wark out of the match. The referee's given a free kick for some pushing on Wark by Porteous. Header. Faulkner looking for Weir. He was taken late by Cormack. Short one to Strachan. Now Weir. A layoff from McGee to Strachan. Brilliant play from Aberdeen. And goals do not come any better than that. Brilliantly set up. Well, it might have come off a defender in the end. Willie Faulkner is there, but look at this for a build-up. Coming from the back, involving Strachan, then Weir, then McGee, then Strachan again. The ball played across to that near post area and straight into the back of the net. Laughlin now. It's a fine ball to release Cormack. McAllister infield. Chance now for Motherwell the last minute. And McFadden will knock the ball just going wide of Leighton's right-hand post. Much better play from Motherwell, building it up on the right, coming forward. Started with Cormac, and then it came across to give McFadden that fleeting chance to shoot. Gone and robbed by Strachan. Here's Mark McGee. Final chance perhaps for Aberdeen. Faulkner shot, and it comes off Joe Wark behind for the corner kick.